disappointment. Now the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nimba County was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I don't talk only.
Now you need to see us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we vote you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
The good person in our whole United Party, that President Baka. You want to say that again? The only person that appreciate good among all the United Party for that President Baka. The rest are ungrateful. The right they use you and dumb you. But President Baka, if all of them were taking the President Baka and behaving the President Baka, United Party will have another chance in 2029. Just for now, they do not regard people that help them. I'm not.
Of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberia National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately.
Inform them in the violence, any student because of their action, it will be the day the entire Garguah administration will crack down. We will massively violate the students in this country and will shut down the Garguah administration. The day that happens, we have the capability to do so. And if they think this is the renovation project is a joke, let them try it. The fall of the Garguah administration begins with this. If they think they will temple on any student in this country or at the university like going and work away in infinity, while our children saving opponents and logic in the Western world, while we are subjected to actual poverty and bad learning conditions here, and the thing will say. In
the first 100 days, no car will get stuck on a major road in this country. And I mean it.
You say you're alive?
It's going down. First blow. There you have it.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
Garguah can lie, the government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie. They don't put all hustle, they put a hustle, they lie. Everything they say, they never say the truth.
Today, the supporters of His Excellency Joseph Garguah presents him as a poor man from Lofa and assert that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. First President Garguah is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs.
There's this, what I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Pewee is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia. It's complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in the war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I'm married, 8 Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
Young man, vice president, young man that vice president, the major stole 500,000. I mean, Jamaica, the major went to, I forgot that Jamaica, the major went to Ghana, the fit, and they may bring it all company in the country. I mean, Kun, they can't reach yourself. Kun, man, you know, Kun, but I want to sophisticated, quiet, hardcore rule in Labro. But Labro,
when 2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There wounded outfits, all men on board.
Everywhere there is no school, I will build school. And everywhere there is school and school in bad condition, I will renovate it. I told them, towns and villages, everywhere you will have lights in a town for children to play and people to see. I told them, every town will have safe drinking water.
If Charles Taylor is the problem, he will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
The government that capital road, small, B road, all kinds of place. I think the reason Joseph Boakai will not do much because the old man, the papa is suffering. The papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around here, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.
Your league Costa, God know how to pay people. It's just simple. Costa that accused everybody here but himself. Everybody, Joe, we join, we kill Joe, he killed Joseph Boakai. Boakai still living. Joe, when I go, no, you leave my brother. He made me senator. He almost made Joseph Boakai president until he screwed up. We gave God the glory. Yeah. Well, Boakai, when he screwed, he said, oh, we don't want to make sure we will fought for him to be reconciled with the president. And then the people who fought for him. Look, Yoli Costa, you will come. And Costa on a podcast, he said, they don't been calling me. Okay. The time you were calling me for me to carry the president, Boakai, did I put it on radio? That immaturity to do what you're talking about.
And I
no, son,
guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today, we all wear the jersey of Liberia. And the victory belongs to the people, to the peace, and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Seleke Kromah, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you,
When you elect on 85 irresponsible men, what happened to our country? We elected on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Friday edition of The Closing Argument. I am Jerome Gayman, your host, and we are here to discuss Liberia, and this is our weekend review. There's a lot going on in the Republic of Liberia. We will go all the way back from Friday to today. As usual, we're going to have our What is on Your Mind segment. This is the segment where the talking heads gave you the chance to talk and tell us what's happening in your neck of the woods. We want to know, we want to hear from you as to what's happening in your neck of the woods. We just don't want to have people here that think they know it all. So we are asking you to get involved. Let us know what is on your mind, what is happening in your neighborhoods. Let us know where you are tuning in from so we can send a shout out to our folks in your neck of the woods. Today, I am going to be celebrating my wife. Tomorrow, July 25th, will make us 32 years. For someone to pull up with me for 32 years, 4 kids, 3 beautiful girls, and 1 boy. I'm going to be looking at a few photos from an archive. See who this woman is, who are these kids. We are going to be celebrating this weekend, or maybe next weekend when she has the time, when she feels like it. We will be at one of the best hotels that I have ever visited, the Hard Rock. The Hard Rock Hotel, one of the architectural marvels of modern times, right here in Florida. We'll be showing some of the pictures of what the Hard Rock looks like in South Florida. So tomorrow, July 25th, will make me 32 years being married to one woman. Yes, my marriage is older than most of you out here listening. But before we go any further, let me welcome the junkies himself, the marvelous people of Peabody are proud of a son who is as articulate as they can come. You know, he went to Catholic school. His subject-verb agreement is different from everybody else. He knows his stuff. Junkies, welcome to the show. Let's welcome all of your family members and friends. Freedom FM 87.9 in the Great Republic of Liberia.
Thank you, Mr. Gayman. Thanks to all of our followers who continue to follow this show. This is the closing argument, and we are here on Freedom FM 87.9. Today is the weekend's edition of the program, and like Mr. Gayman said, the entire show will be very dedicated to you expressing what's on your mind and letting out the frustration, the good experiences, the bad times, especially that we are headed for the celebration of our 170th anniversary. So I want to say welcome again. This is the closing argument. Having some is following us here live on our live Facebook stream, while TV Williams is following from Colorado, the USA, and via our YouTube channel, and Emma Hammer is also following from Kakata City, and other followers who we can name here, and those following us via the radio and whatever means you are using to follow this platform. The closing argument, Freedom FM 87.9. I'm Junkies Morris. Back to you, Mr. Gayman.
Thank you very much. And we are looking at Candy. Candy said, I'm watching you from Dixville Township. Yes. You know, I have a property in Dixville. So thank you very much. And my Tonia's son, I am following from Brewerville. Yay. All the villes are tuning in Dixville, Brewerville. Now we want to know who owns the property in Royville. Boy, it's going to be rough. It is raining in Liberia and the sea is rough. It's going to, if you are a sea man, you know what we are talking about. When it's rough, it is rough. If you are dropping drugs in the ocean and you're using your canoe and the sea is rough. If you own a home in Royville and you're using it as a staging area, we will know who that home belonged to. Now the sea is rough. Everybody is now fighting, changing paper, setting back D, backdating D, doing all kinds of stuff, but we will catch you. You know, when you tell one lie, you got to tell 10 other lies to cover that one lie, and you just keep going and going and going and going. But according to Rodney here, if we keep digging, there may be no government for us to go vote for in 2029 because the entire government is going to collapse. According to Rodney here, this fish have gotten rotten from the head, and it is the cartel is housed in the executive. In Shakespearean term, we will say the king is naked. The emperor is naked. We are going to dig deeper. We will not let this go. And the 317 million cocaine, while that is big and is large, that is not an underpinning of our opinion. We are going back to the $19 million drug. Who owns the drug? Don't think because you have busted 370 million and you are parading people in Monrovia means that we have forgotten the $19 million. No. Just as Sonny Okonso used to say, who owns Papa's land? We are going to say, who owns the drug? We are not going away. We will hold the NSA strongly responsible. They need to answer some questions. The police needs to answer questions. The LDEA needs to answer questions. These drugs got into this country by air, sea, and land. Our seaports, our airports, our roads. Even the canoemen and the fishermen too, they get in their cut. My man, you got your canoe, yeah, can you carry me over there and go get your little thing? Yes. So canoemen go out there. Yeah. Go pick it up. Bring it to Royville. Bring it to Brewerville. Go to Dixville. Do you wonder when you drive in Monrovia, from the United States, when I'm in Monrovia and see the type of cars that these people drive? And when the individuals in these cars, when they get out and you look at it, you say, but how can this guy drive a $100,000 car in this country? How can you be working in Monrovia and driving a 2026 Range Rover, the top of the line? A friend of mine owns car dealership, and the Wrangler, the top level Wrangler, starts at $80,000. I was in Monrovia and saw one of the best Wranglers I've ever seen. Young man driving that. And I'm saying to myself, what does it take to be in Liberia and drive a $100,000 US car? Where there's no credit system. Everything is on a cash basis. People are driving these cars. And one of the guys that met me at a Royal Hotel for lunch said, my man, there's a lot of money in this country. You don't know. Let me work on the automobile Pewee. Sylvester Pewee, you are a poor man. You live in Liberia, you didn't drive Rolls Royce, you didn't drive Range Rover because you don't live in Royceville. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. But what I agree, thank you. What I agree that there are a lot of folks, and let me say it very briefly to John Kings.
Yeah,
Well, I agree that yes, there are folks that are involved in some shenanigans, some shady deeds that are doing these things, but they got some legal hustle to Mr. Gayman. I think doing some business and doing some legitimate issues in Liberia that can the Liberians love, as former President Charles Gange Taylor would say, Liberians love to see themselves look good and love to see their leader look very good. He said that to Mary Harper during an interview in his White Flower mansion some time ago. Yeah, they have folks, but again, there are a lot of them that are doing some very sinister and things that are pulling in these resources, if you will. But yeah, we got few Liberians that I know that love to look, some that I know personally that work with the UN, been working with the UN for a very long time and got some very good money, love to. They are investing, doing some investment and other things. And we all can hustle for our legit legal thing and hustle and so don't get it wrong. You may see a kind of a Wrangler that's going for that price, but sometimes you come and get it from Copa, right? We'll get it and fix it and go and and they got folks that can do that also, right? Like some of us that can, we also will see on those option. Those very good one that got some problem. It's expensive, but you get it. When they hit that way, the price, the rating is down. You get it, fix it again. That way is good. But yeah, they have a lot of folks in the country also that are doing a lot of shitty things in the country that will resort to these things. It's very obvious. There are some guys that are outside doing things that is 100% I agree with you. That is obvious, and with things that are happening. But I'm told different things can unfold sometimes. That's one of the reasons what we were also discussing yesterday. But someone was just saying to me that the Roseville area, they say, I know Mr. Give me a ball, have lie in Roseville. So I don't know.
See, yeah. Right by my line.
But on a serious note, the Roseville situation, we have to be a little mindful, and I'm getting a little concerned. And this is going to be this situation is getting deeply fluid, and we hope the president will come out to do something in this place. Other than that, if it is proven, and what you said, and I agree with from that aspect, if it is proven that some very powerful hands in government are involved into this, there's going to be no government to go to elections. They will be defeated far before the elections, because Liberia will not be waiting. And this is not a good news that we continue to hear about, particularly the and I'm not going to shout on this, the office of the vice president. So the vice president is expected to come out with some very powerful and definitive statement in exonerating himself on this thing. That of things say as the debate will come out, things stay pulling him into this matter. And this whole thing about Roseville hearing again, there's a need for the office of the vice president to come with a definitive, because if this is not taken, if it is taken lightly and push comes to shove, it's going to affect the entire government. The government will collapse if it is established that those kind of disinformation that we hear currently, is any of those got any iota or any semblance of turning through in it, linking the vice president of Liberia to this, is going to be troubling. So I will encourage the office of the vice president to come out. We've been trying to reach out, but sometimes people, there's a tendency when people are around power, they hate to see people that reasonably want to support them. Some of them may not be the kind of a just dogmatic kind of a surrogate, just want to go and do things. No, we want to balance the move in terms of the democracy. But I will encourage, we have most of them will come with our comrades on Facebook, say this, say that. I will encourage the vice president, because we continue to receive this kind of information that is disturbing. To even associate at this time, to begin to associate the office of in some very civilized country, there will be some serious investigation ongoing, or even there will be something serious to continue to associate, because every property owned by the vice president of the republic now should be manned by state security, Mr. Gayman. Everything that's associated with the vice president, even if it is a private area that he can normally go visit, you need to have state security. Of course, the EPS is tasked with that responsibility to protect self-property, because the vice president is a very integral part of this system. That's the number 2 person in the country that the EPS, we taxpayer money, is being pushed to to pay in that country to ensure that he's protected. And that's one of the reasons why his wife is carrying EPS protection service. His children, they are also covered under SARE coverage. And some immediate member of his family, that will include his mother, if she stay around, his father, if he stay around, or other immediate family. That's the reason, because if any of those chain of family members that I just called are affected, they are affected, the office of the vice president himself is affected, or the president, the way you want to take it. So anything that will bring the vice presidency to public disrepute should be vehemently rejected, and there'll be some major clarification that you raise any iota of doubt in the mind of the people of Liberia. It's critical and very important. But up to current, we have not seen the vice president. We're seeing surrogates that are informed, coming with their sentiments because they believe they and the vice president come from the same county, or most of those in government that believe the vice president is the vice president. He may potentially be the president. They're trying to get their proximity to him and build the kind of a synergy that is expected to ingratiate themselves to the office of the vice president in a way and manner that may offer them some benefit tomorrow. They will become bloody and want to speak to it. But I will encourage them to say, hey, Chief, it's important that we come out and nail this in the bud. And how can we do this? But we can do this by coming out rightly and say, hey, the vice president is in nowhere associated with this thing. What's the one thing they talk about? They pull line, they post it. Glad the air, Mr. Gayman. It is important because if you get the people or you keep them incommunicado and you allow people to speculate, continue to speculate, is not also good for the morale of the office. It's not good. Speculation at this time is critical. The first time was $19 million. Now it's almost $400 to $500 million. And the chain is linking. Somebody will say this, and say the first thing came about the other guy what we were talking about. They said, oh, there was just a photo shoot that they did. It went beyond the photo shoot that we saw a lot of other different things. We didn't have sufficient qualification. And Rockney is saying this to us, and the office of vice president is very silent about this.
Let me say a few things. I think what Ronnie here was talking, and today I got a couple of texts here. And people say, we don't want people to think that we are attacking the office of the vice president. This is what they say here. They said the office of the vice president, why they may be suspect. What happened to the NSA that get the more funding in the country? That's our intelligence apparatus. Where were they? The LDEA, where were they? And then we go back to the deputy DEA that was fired instantly when he said, to be honest, I accept the job that Honorable Joseph Walker gave me, but to fight this fight, we have to be mindful that the judiciary is a stakeholder. The executive is involved. The legislative is involved. And prominent families in this country are involved. He never saw the light of day. He was fired. So while Honorable Pewee is busy, let me go to Junkie. Junkie.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
This is somebody who were brought in because he had integrity, and he accepted the job, and he was trying to be as fair and blunt to his boss that I got your back, but for us to unravel this is the whole thing based on my stats and my data. This is it, and so now he has been vindicated. Go ahead.
And exactly, Mr. Gayman. But beyond that, and again, if people, and they were first pushing on. Right? Mm-hmm. Pushing him, saying, oh, the man is giving misinformation.
Yeah.
The man is doing this, and now the man threw the ball is back to them.
Yeah.
The ball is back. And you see, the concern here is that, and we have not read, and I've all of the political folks I've been engaged with in Liberia, it been such that they themselves been credible kind of a people. They're always waiting to clarify when things are unfolding. Because one of them will tell me, a last told medium time with no rebuttal would definitely be considered a reality.
Yeah.
And so to let things fly the way it is, and the problem we face in the country is that the surrogates themselves will further complicate things. They just can't. Oh, the man. Now, people, even people in government, they're going beyond. They're talking nonsense about in the future. Oh, the man. Anyway, I don't like it. He will be the president. Nobody is saying the man's not going to be the president. Nobody is saying these things. If you have a journalist in the country that is saying certain thing, that's being an investigative journalist saying certain thing, we ought to understand clearly that how we move as people to protect these things to move on. That's the way we do things sometimes. But to come and lay these things on, if I will pivot quickly and go back to, I was talking to some of the police office and authority. Some don't want to take the form. Some will take the form and they want to be very inconclusive. They don't come forward with information. They just now the police authority, they don't want to say to us that 3 senior officers are on a probe and other things. Gregory Kromah moved very expeditiously to charge Paul King. Charge him to court. But Gregory Kromah is only telling us yesterday he relieved Johnny Dean. But we haven't heard nothing else from the police if Johnny Dean is on any kind of investigation has been charged. The man that received, admitted that he got 10,000 out of promised 20,000 United States dollars that should be given to him by one Fifi that is associated, that is in romantic relationship with her. I think her significant is behind bar and trying to get. And this significant that is behind bar is also close to this the significant Fifi significant that is behind bar, and Fifi has got some other intimate relationship with the significant of Johnny. And Johnny is alleged to have told folks that the money was not meant for him, but the money is basically was meant for his boss. I think he got 2,000, or they said 10,000 dollars. This is disturbing, and to see him up to current not even charged and sent to court, it's concerning. Probably Johnny is threatening if I wouldn't go down alone, I will spill the beans. And then you beyond Johnny, you have the chief of highway patrol, the man that when he's moving, no policeman will stop his car.
Mm-hmm.
He's linked to this. They are not saying, they are saying tap-lip about this. And the chief of intelligence of the Liberia National Police, where they put everything, they also tap-lip about that. Now, how come? And you see the disappointing aspect. We believe we have some folks into the Liberia National Police that we respect so dearly, but you try to reach out to them, they want to keep themselves incommunicado. To hell with them. It's not about us trying to do anything, to request anything from you. No, it's about getting the information and providing it to the public so that it will save and protect tomorrow. Some of them will you call them all that in meeting. What the hell meeting you in? There all the nonsense happening in the country. You in meeting whole day, meeting to do what? You see? So the problem is if people don't move on them the way and to say some of these things and challenge it, like running dead and other things, that's what we all have to do that line. The sit and most of those information will come and we will not get it from them. We get most of the information from our inside story, probably folks within the national security apparatus. There are a lot of things happening. There are folks in the Liberia National Police deployed now in Cornwall that are very bitter about things that are unfolding. Very. This Johnny Dinga was dismissed from the Liberia National Police for aiding and colluding with dangerous armed robbers. When the armed robbers come, the proceeds of said mischief will be supervised by him, and he will tell the whole guy that he get his last share of it. The investigation was done by, I think it was Commissioner Masakwe, one of the respected police chief I ever known in recent history, from my perspective. He got dismissed. When this same police chief was appointed before then, when Ellen came, before Ellen left, they appointed him for the last 2 years, almost 2 years. He reinstated this guy. To the opposition of some of the folks that were hierarchy in the police said, no, but this guy, why are you bringing him? He said, I'm the chief, I cost the shot, I'm Unit 100. He brought this guy back. When Patrick Sulu came, when Mr. Weah came to the president and said, Patrick Sulu dismissed this guy again. Look at a new record. Immediately, 2024, he brought this guy back. Mr. Gayman, isn't that motive?
D is a hard to die guy.
Yeah, he brought this guy back again. And today they're saying, so there's a problem now in the police. The police cannot charge this guy. It's a problem. And listen, I'm not saying Gregory Kromah is involved into this, but the signs are not good for him. From my security reading, what I study, what I know, the sign will not be good for him. The signal, it's not going to be good for him. It's not.
But junkies,
it's not going to be good for him.
Honorable people, we talk about the signal. The man or the people that we pay heavy money, because when you look in the budget, $10 million NSA, 18 million NSA. NSA's position is to do surveillance intelligence. And this is why they say they need all this money. And then we are hearing from Rodney C.A. and other investigative journalists that the people are using the seaport, the airport, land, and they're even dropping the drug in the water, and the canoes and boats are going and getting it and bringing it. I mean, it is amazing. What is the NSA doing? This is why they are saying if we actually bring everybody on board, the entire government will collapse. Junkie, your take?
You know, the issue is just shameful and sorrowful on the part of those who were around the place pumping up and trying to take onto themselves power and authority that is just momentary. It's just sad to be an officer of the Liberia National Police while at the same time you are involved with collaborating and aligning with individuals who are earning their wealth through means that are not legal. Is shameful, is troubling, and is dangerous. You know, Gregory Kromah, in my mind, is just like somebody that is drowning, and if a dry leaf is floating over the water and a person sees that dry leaf, they want to hang on it in an effort to be salvaged from drowning. In this case, is just no way to get out of it. In my mind, what is trending now, Mr. Gregory Kromah is in a very big trouble. He's in a hard water that it will take the grace of God to bring him back, because there can be no way that a single individual can be shielded on this matter, because this is a matter that they were trying to pretend as if they were investigating while they were suppressing the information that needed to come out for our people to understand what's going on with their country. Mr. Gregory Kromah in no way will tell me that this particular situation he will walk away free. The man who have been arrested, the man who is clear, the evidence is available that he was involved with receiving extra packages or jobs or duties legally required. It is a violation of Article 90B of the Liberian Constitution. It is also another issue when it comes to how the police should function in terms of their grading. When it comes to MCC grading and report card, the police leaders will be violating the Constitution. It's another issue for another day. The police we've turned into a syndicate that damaging the youth of our country. The police have agreed to serve as the hub to harness dangerous substances, the fentanyl, that we all know those things are synonymous to the way Kamara subdue human being. So if the government officials will be involved, instead of they being the people to eradicate drug, will be involved with, and they give me 1,000, I give the other man 2,000, and he give me 8,000 by all those things, it can't help. You guys will go down. If you can talk for all of you to be exposed, you will go down alone. Because this particular case, the facts are pervasive. The facts are blatant enough for the entire world to see that the police been the forerunner. The police have been the forerunner in bringing illegal substances into our country under Mr. Bwaka's leadership as president of this country. It is clear that the police have supported drug coming into this country on the exponential level that it is today, and almost every day drug is being busted one place to another. The police is the key or figure in terms of whatever we are wanting to find a solution around. The police should be the major area we should focus our attention, because if the police would have protected us enough, if they didn't receive bribes, if they were not small-minded enough, those guys who allowed millions of dollars of illegal substances to pass through our borders and our territory, and to even be harnessed here and harbored in Liberia, then it means that the entire police needs overhaul. And I want to say this, Mr. Gayman, in any civilized society, that's why I said on this platform, the closing argument, we as a people, it is our duty to educate our people and inform them fairly. Because if our people were educated, they would have understood that there is no way you can have such a government still proceeding in the name of governing the country. These people have lost every legitimacy. If Mr. Bwaka was civilized enough as a person, forgetting about power and all of those things that accompany it, Mr. Bwaka is supposed to do the needful by resigning the office of president. Because I tell you, Mr. Gayman, any civilized society, not just the West, right now, even in Africa, other leaders, they will resign. They will resign. The fact that Mr. Bwaka have already shown to the entire world his incapacity, his inability, and being incapacitated to eradicate drug out of this country, and to even 45%, and drug is just being busted from one room to another. You go rent the other room before you can move your things in. You have to haul suitcases out with drug or full all of them, because they're supposed to be headed for somewhere in Europe or somewhere in Asia. I want to say this, Mr. Bwaka.
President Bwaka, you mean? President Bwaka, you mean?
Yeah, as the president of this country, what is happening now to save the image of this country? Take that bold step. Subdue your nerves and suppress your ego and resign the office of president. All the other people, they've already been caught. There's no way to ask them to resign, because it implies they don't have to resign. They don't have to resign because all their immunity will be stripped of them. Once Johnny Boladin is caught in a web, Gregory Coleman is a possible 110% suspect in aiding and abetting drug peddlers and traffickers using Liberia as a transit point to supply the entire world with drug. So I want to close to hand it back to you for control, Mr. Gayman, that the president and the vice president will have to resign their offices because this is embarrassing. This is not about politics. That's why some of us want to join Senator Amara Kone, that the Unity Party and the CDC and other political parties take out of this situation politics, and let's face the reality and hit this nail on the head so that at least it can be minimized and people will have that fear that even if other government or other administration come to the leadership of our country, they will be cautious enough not to do those things that history already informed them about. And so I want to say, Mr. President, it is onus on you now to resign. If you are serious enough to do the Liberian people justice, resign your position as president of this country because you have shown that you are not capacitated to lead. You are unable to lead. Evidence of the fact that we've already lost a portion of our country to Guinea. We have Liberia already slipping into the hands of the world drug cabal, because I don't see it as an ordinary cartel now. And the president we need to also be careful. And those that have been named as I close, Mr. Gayman and the public, we will need to understand that drug is money business. The whole thing they call drug is money business. So gun being around drug, that won't buy not anything, it's just a toy. So those who were responsible to smoothly transit these people drug to the destinations they're supposed to go, I want you to be reminded that those people, the money they spend, the money they were expecting, and their goods stopped on the highway and it was being intercepted and disrupted. Your lives are also at stake. Assassins could be paid to come after your lives. That's why you don't settle for anything. You as the head of intelligence settle for 10,000 United States dollars of almost $500 million drug. You are a weakling to do that. You are a weakling to do that. So you guys will need to also be careful with your lives, because the drug kingpin, the drug peddlers, the drug traffickers are people who don't allow the drug money to go free. They will come after you through whatever way that is available to them to get you down. So be careful and watch your back.
Thank you.
Stay away from peddling drug in the name of using government position and peddling influence around the place.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, let me read our disclaimer. We are all panelists here. We are Liberian citizens. Whatever we say are opinions of ourselves and not the official position of the platform. So we come out here, we have our own opinion, we have our own take on national issues. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, the office of the president, we have to be specific here that we honor the office of the president, no matter who occupies the position. We respect and honor the office of the president. And now, Mr. President, I will say this to you. Somebody a few weeks ago talked about reshuffling the administration. It will behoove you, Mr. President, to take this opportunity now to rid yourselves of fleas that have been sucking the blood of the office of the president. Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did it when a gentleman who was Minister of State for Presidential Affairs was saying, as per the president. And when it came to the attention of the president that the office was being discarded, he said, my man, you have to go. Let me go to Honorable Pewee. Honorable Pewee, I think the president has one way to go, which is to clean house and, get a new beginning to bring back the trust that the people had in him as the fatherly figure who was coming not as a dictator, not as a rookie, but someone who was well seasoned. I think this is an opportune time in the midway. Everything just coming together. This is it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think this is the time for the president to do it. I wouldn't push and call or say at this time for this issue the president should resign or so. No, it's not the time that the president resigns. It's the time that the president double up and buckle up.
And reshuffle. Clean house. Clean house.
This is the perfect time for the president to use this because the entire distractions that is unfolding in terms of, the entire disruption of the country activities by this entire nonsense, the drug situation is unfolding. The president can seize this matter and move quickly. And he got the authority to do that, even if this had not happened. He got the authority. But with this, you can use that and say, hey, there's too much of nonsense unfolding in my government. What can I do? The entire security apparatus, particularly the Liberia National Police, the DEA seems to be compromised. Move and reshuffle in that area immediately. If not, all of the presidential appointees, those that are at the helm of decision making there, particularly if the police, the RG, they have to go.
The NSA.
Yes, and you show that most of these things move on because we have the NSA is the major spy institution in the country.
There you go.
If the police is not getting it right, the NSA should get it right. It's a premier organization of the country in terms of security. So if they're not, then that's the reason. And what we should do now is not only give them the money to NSA and go after it and get it. Give the money to NSA for NSA to fund our operations.
Of course.
The operational activities of the NSA is very critical and germane towards the national security of the republic. You ought to give money to that, to get the intelligence, to build surveillance, to build reconnaissance, and all these things you need to do in the security sector. You need to put money there. Sometimes you give money to some old man that you don't know nowhere. So now they go, you do those things to gather information. And that's where the intelligence, and the reason why it is said that those money cannot be audited, that is part of the reason. Those issues are classified. It's part of the reason they are classified. Because you need to ensure that the way you are gathering your intelligence is not divulged out to the public. It's within the security rankings as those that have the necessary qualifications, all the necessary credentials in terms of what do I have to say, lessons to have this information. You have to have certain category of people that will be qualified to have these things. That's the reason why we do those things, but they are not doing that. You are not getting information. Why will you not get information? Now, at the very Freeport, go and see how containers are released from the Freeport. If a container is covered from the Freeport, boom, you go out. There's no real rigorous assessments done. Most of our other ports, the port of Harport, the port of Buchanan, and the port of Greenville, these are vulnerable areas. Are we contemplating to ensure that the NSA is focused on those crossing points? Because our borders are porous. Due to the porous nature of the border, you wouldn't be able to met that between the Zozo district and that of the entire Zozo district area alone, you have more than 500 crossing points. It's far more than that. That's for path into Guinea, right? There's a lot of areas. So man that now, go back to Vonjama and the Masanta crossing point area. You're coming back to the Kwande border crossing point from the other end. You go to the Sierra Leone side of the border. We have a long stretch of border that is deeply porous. So the way the borders are very porous, you wouldn't mend these areas, but the major crossing points, what information are we gathering? Now, in those towns that are bordering all those porous side of it, are we deploying ordinary farmers to ask their curiosity, How many times you guys have been observing people crossing from the end? Not people crossing here. The farmers will tell you that. How do you do it? Is by the NSA deploying her intelligence mechanism. You deploy reconnaissance there. You and that's why you put more money to the area. Sometimes you see some farmers, you're going to a farm, you see, everything to you, they turn to you, or you go in the turn to them. You put those people on regular thing to give you information. And you warn them, telling them, say, hey, most of the information you give, you're not going to target people. Give real information that you suspect things. You're going to get information. To see people bring in $400 to almost $500 million worth.
$500 million.
There's no sign that the intelligence has to, if this thing, I want to believe, the intelligence they have come from outside to help us. So there's some problem. There's some problem. And with this one, the last one that just happened, I think it came, the information that came through the NSA that at least managed to pick this up. But here's what, Mr. President, I will call on you now. This is not about politics, and we all love you. We all respect you. You are a very reasonable man. You've been around for a protracted period of time in the history of our national politics. I will call on you, Mr. President, to immediately declare national drugs emergency. And by that, you announce that the military will take over the responsibility of the DEA, and the military will be, and you suspend certain, there will be the requisite thing you can work with the legislature. The military, call on the military are not engaged currently. They are the only respected security entity in the country. That's the pride of our country. You saw when the coronavirus came, President, we have deployed them. Their presence, they got something in the security sector they call presence deterrent. Presence deterrent is very important. Show of force also is important. The military you can allow the military to take seize of this matter, and even the custody of this current drugs, because these guys got the ability, Mr. Gayman, they got the ability to come back, because that amount of drugs is not a small money. Who is in custody of this? If we delay here, is it possible that they may just go and get some web pilot, how they call it, or sort, mix it and get the same amount of bag and come and say, oh, did they say we're going to burn this? And the real drugs still be around to be taken out? Who is in custody, Mr. President, of this? Can you engage the military in this? I'm calling on you, if it is to use your presidential powers. Article 50 of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia gives him an extraordinary powers. The executive power of the Republic is vested in you, Mr. President. Use that power to ensure that you stem this one time and for all. Allow the chief of staff and his boys, the military, those gallant men and women, trained, well-regimented men and women, to take seize of this matter. And I think in the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to see some tremendous changes in terms of what is unfolding. But if you are to leave this with the police, trust me, maybe by next month, we will find another $800 million worth. So it is important you announce your reshuffle. You use this. If the Attorney General of the Republic himself is not proactive, appoint a new Attorney General for us. The Solicitor General, I'm told, it should not be on the basis of tribal sentiments. I'm told he's very incompetent. Bring in a new Solicitor General, because you need a rigorous prosecution team to prosecute these bandits and smoke them out of the society. If you cannot do that and allow these people to metastasize, and if this were to move on that trend, it's going to be dangerous for your administration, because the Liberian people would not only angrily boot you out of office come 2029, and that would be an embarrassing legacy for you, meaning you were booted out of office due to inaction, due to your inability to take massive decisions in terms of to the benefit of the people of Liberia. Because a leader that will just sit and don't want to inspire and don't take decision, that leader is out not to be celebrated. So I will encourage you to move and do this and take seize of this matter. It's critical. The police is compromised. The police seems to be seriously compromised. This is not about politics. It's about the reality. And one thing I will miss Madame Salif today, if this was in the shoe of Madame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, because she took very critical and very important of the image and the diplomatic credential of the credential of the country outside of Liberia. When her then deputy EPS chief, Darrington John, were involved into brutalizing the young lady on the Banasville sports stadium, Madame Salif moved immediately to dismiss it. She didn't even allow this to last for the next 10 hours. The next morning, by 6 o'clock in the morning, was on the news that he's been dismissed with immediate effect by the president and asked the justice minister to take seize of the matter. Madam Salif only allowed that. This is a serious issue. It got the proclivity of tinting the records of the country outside. That all other airlines would there one day declare that they will take no cargo out of Liberia. And that may be a damaging news for you. It may be a damaging news for you. So move to take seize of the matter. Bring in, maybe probably if you don't want to, that's your responsibility as a president to hold on the police if you want to keep them. But take this matter from them. Turn it over to the gallant men and women in arms, the AFL. I think General Fuller and his gallant men and women, they are able indeed to take seize of the matter, ensure that the DEA is being taken over by the military. Announce that will be done for the period of 1 year. The military will take over the DEA. The men will be there, but it will be under the supervision of the military, and ask the Minister of Finance to provide some adequate funding for that institution so that they will enhance the operational activity of that area, and smoke out these dangerous guys that have now penetrated the system. This is wrong, and we have to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do us a favor, share the show. We are reading your comments. Let everybody know that we are here. We're here for a reason, but this is something that the president needs to pay attention to. The NSA...
Mr. Gayman.
Yes.
Today's Friday, 10 o'clock. My time is up.
Oh, your time is up.
Friday, you didn't tell.
Yeah, you didn't tell her? Okay, give me 1 minute before you leave here. I got to touch on this. When I was in Liberia, this report I was expecting.
And they told us Friday too.
Yeah, I told I was expecting this report to drop. Finally, somebody reminded me it has dropped. It is the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, highlighted in a 2026 report that just dropped data and the World Drug Report 2026. That West Africa remains a pivotal transit zone for cocaine moving from South America to Europe alongside an alarming surge of local consumption of synthetic substances like kush and methamphetamine. The finding find the following countries as drug hub. Heavyweight primary regional hub, Nigeria, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau. The Anglophone Kush Belt, Sierra Leone, they are known for synthetic cannabis, oil, as well as psychopathic drug. Liberia is on the list, a critical entry and distribution point. Recent major international bursts highlight Liberia's growing vulnerability to European-bound cocaine shipment crossing its borders from neighboring countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Liberia has been officially designated by the United Nations as a drug trafficking country, a hub.
A narco state.
We are not quoting, this is not innuendo, this is not they say and hearsay. I am going to share the data with everybody here so you can go and look at it yourself. And I want to thank Grammar Police Martins. He reminded me to check it out. Yes, I was in Liberia. I was in some quarters in the international community. They were talking about this report. And finally, it has dropped. And it is the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC. They have highlighted the 10 countries in Liberia. The key findings on drug markets, cocaine trafficking. West Africa continue to function as a primary maritime and air transit hub for adding cocaine destined for the European market. And the countries listed: Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau, Ghana, and then Liberia, Mali, Mauritania. So, guys, Mr. President, this is the closing argument. We don't talk gossip. We don't talk hearsay. The report is out. I know your NSA has a copy of this. The American Embassy will have given you one already. This is it.
Okay, Mr. Gayman?
Yes. So it's time for you to go, close and go. We won't take any calls today, but go ahead.
Okay. So, Liberia, as you are reading the stats, abroad now, all got to pull our hand together to fuel it, yeah, because the way I see it, the government is not able. So let us not do it with politics. The country that other country, all we can do, we join hands together. When you see any small sign in your community, you know, you make sure you call the community leadership to see how bad we can run behind the men. Because when we do it for the community level, then I think they can go far or somewhere in the forest. So let us join together and fuel it. Maybe the government are able. Thank you for the Friday's edition of the program, the closing argument here on Freedom FM 87.9. I'm Junkies Morris. Bye-bye from my end.
Thank you very much. I just shared the information with Honorable Pewee. I just sent it over to you. So we are not talking about gossip. You know, Mr. Pewee, Honorable Pewee, get upset when you just talk with no data, no information. You just
I don't get upset, but I'm just a little concerned because sometimes
and rightfully so. We all gotta be upset that you put in enough time to do your research and everything. Then somebody just come from anywhere and just say things that they don't have any data, no information, nothing. It's upsetting because this research takes time. It takes a lot of effort. I mean, you go and because when you provide your information, you know the information is out there. So people will try to debunk your work. So you got to make sure that your information is airtight. This is why, and some of our own followers here, they are also in the know. They will take us up to task, which is good. That means we have an educated and well-informed audience, and I like that. When I was talking about the stats, one of our folks told me, you better quote your stats, and this is where it is just dropped. And I went to it, and I picked it up, and here it was. I went to double check. I went to the UN website, and there it was. So it is not hearsay. It is not what they say. We said it here, that our country was headed to be a narco state. And most people were saying, why were you using these terminology? Now we have been officially listed as one of the 10 trafficking sites hub in the country, in West Africa. There it is, Honorable Pewee. I say the stats.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the information. We are not talking hearsay anymore.
And this is troubling. And even before I get to that quickly, Flumo Zuba is saying it is not true about 500 crossing point in Zaza district. Again, you see, sometimes when we saying something, my dear brother, it's good for us to listen. I said the crossing points, the official crossing point we have in Zaza are not many. But due to the porous nature of the borders, the crossing point are far more than 500.
That's the entire country. It didn't say Zozo.
No, the entire district. They're the district.
District alone.
They're the district. That's what I meant. So, but you didn't understand what I was trying to say. When I say the porous nature of the border, meaning it's not a particular entry area you have. You can go to this man farm, you just pass there, you cross the water, you go so. The other man, you just start and cross and go so. That's what I meant my brother to say porous. So sometimes it's difficult when we say things, people will not really get us the way we were saying it. Let me get back to you just for the town, Yela Town. I know you are familiar with the district. Yela Town alone. To go to the town Pewee from Yela, the current Guinea Pewee from Yela, you have almost 100 different areas you can cross. The other side of the Myean River also, to go to Woolman, another town, you have, because you go to this farm, you pass in the bush, you can cross the water here. Anyway, you can find me cross the water, post state cross, you into Guinea. The same way coming from Guinea or some of the other things, that's what I meant. The official crossing point and those areas are known. For instance, the official crossing point in the North District will be the major area is the Yela Guinea border, Gayman border. The next one will be the Bokazat Yezu border, and the one side. So they have those things, and Gizeboy got the other end of it. But the nature of the forest, the bushes, the water, you enter here, you pass as a human being, you cross. That's how we made the process. So no one can mend these areas. No one can mend these areas. So the way to do it is to build intelligence in those satellite towns that you use to coordinate as to what is happening on the border. You know the frequency of people that are entering from, because they will have to pass through some towns. Straight
how did Trump deal with that kind of thing?
The war. He said, and exactly. Because the nature of it and our poor say are going to be difficult when you finish the Benin war, because even at that it was still difficult. Because with the place, imagine the people can spread from the Arizona side, from Mensa side. I spent some time in Arizona. So you see the nature, no, you can't even imagine. And you close this side, the people go cross. It's like close the crossing side. So that's what I was trying to say quickly about that. But Mr. Gayman, what you were saying about what the United Nations report, the report is out. It's deeply worrisome. It's concerning, it's sad that the country, and it's part of the reason why we continue to emphasize or to remind His Excellency the President. I think he means well. No president of our republic will want to see the country degenerate into such chaos, that your country be used as a conduit to springboard to what we call spread these things into other countries. No president we want that to happen to his country if he meant well for his people. I believe he meant well. So by that, you can move to take some actions to save your government. Other than that, with this kind of report coming out, if the UN come up with this report, and then the next thing you're going to see, there will be some actions by other powerful countries. And those actions will be either trying to restrict your citizen's passport, and in some cases, they will stop your government official from going to certain international conferences by sanctions or by doing some serious restriction. And the ordinary people will be affected. And if this continues unabated, it's going to affect the local economy. And if investors are not coming more, the country, we already don't have new investors for many, many years. If there's no new investment coming to the country, then there will be a problem, because you have to create jobs for your young population. Even the middle-aged population needs jobs. So that's part of the reason we say this is not about the partisan level, and other people will say, oh, these people are not supporting. No, everybody don't have to support you, Mr. President. But everybody will have to respect you.
Well,
everybody has to respect you.
It is. You know, when we come over here, especially on this platform, when we say we are unlike any other platform, we may not have 10,000 viewers at a time or 20,000 viewers, but that's not what we want. The objective here is to inform and be factual, because we allow ourselves to be fact checked. Whenever we are wrong, and we are wrong, Sylvester will admit, listen, yes, I did something wrong, I said something wrong. When the facts are available, you can fact check us. That's what sets us apart from everybody else. Mm-hmm. So when we come here, we not say we're smarter than everybody. That's not what we are saying. But we are very careful that whatever information we give you, you can quote us, say, I got it from the closing argument, I heard it from Mr. Gayman or Honorable Pewee. And once you do that several times, and people fact check you, then you now become the source of credible information. So let me read some of this to you real quick. It says here, while the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime UNDOC does not publish an official 10 commercial numerical leaderboard ranking countries by drug volume, its threats, assessment, and the World Drug 2023 report identified the 10 most prominent transit and consumption hubs in West Africa, based on recent record-breaking seizure, maritime routing, and local synthetic drug production. The primary 10 countries shaping West African drug trade are detailed below, categorized by their geographical roles. Number 1, the heavyweight primary regional hub. Nigeria ranked as the region's largest market transit hub. Nigeria handled massive maritime shipment of cocaine via the Gulf of Guinea and faces a growing crisis with their domestic methamphetamine production labs and pharmaceutical opioid distribution. That's Nigeria. Second on the list is Ghana. Ghana functions as a highly sophisticated logistical center. Its developed transport network and ports are actively utilized by international cartels to funnel South American cocaine to Europe, consumer, and other markets. Guinea-Bissau, long designated as a primary entry point, it is unmonitored remote archipelagos have served as an ideal offloading zone for transatlantic mother ships carrying heavy loads of cocaine. That's Guinea-Bissau. Then they go to the Anglophone Kush Belt, Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone serves as a central node in the expanding trade of synthetic cannabinoids. It is heavily impacted by the production and severe local epidemic of the cheap, destructive, psychoactive mixture known as Kush. Next is Liberia, a critical entry and distribution point. Recent major international buzz highlight Liberia's growing vulnerability to European-bound cocaine shipment crossing its border from neighboring countries. The Gambia acts as an active coastal maritime conduit due to its geographical location wrapped inside of Senegal. It faces high volume of localized trafficking and littoral smuggling network. Then they go to Cote d'Ivoire. Emerged a major container port hub. Sites, the cities like Abidjan face significant infiltration from transnational organized crime syndicates moving bulk narcotics via commercial shipping lanes. Senegal serves as a major air and maritime transit gateway, strategically positioned at the westernmost point of the continent. It connects the Atlantic maritime route directly to the Mediterranean and the European seas. Mali, a crucial land-based crossing. Traffickers exploit the unstable security situation in Mali's northern territory to run overland convoy through the Sahel Desert corridor. And finally, Togo. Togo tracks the frequency of localized trafficking offenses. Its deep water ports of Lomé is increasingly targeted by syndicates hiding illicit cargo within their commercial fleet. Wow. These are the 10 countries. This is what we call detailed research, very analytical. They tell you the country, why they have been targeted, how, when, who, and everything. So when Rodney said, who owns that property in Rossville? Not only were cocaine caught there, but he mentioned methamphetamine, meth. That means the chemicals are already in the country in mass. Now they will begin to cook it, to manufacture it, to make it into cake. Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious. Honorable Pewee, we have crossed the threshold of marijuana, or we are talking about major cocaine, and then they have taken another step forward. They are bringing in the chemical now. You are muted.
And this is the reason why, Mr. Gayman, that the government will have to take some very serious action here. This is the reason. This is the scaring part here. If they will resort to that, to get the plan to bring the chemicals in the community to manufacture many water uses, it's terrible. If this is true, I think if this is proven to be true.
Well, according to the UN, it's true.
So this is terrible. This is terrible. And so this is not anything that will say, oh, the president will say, oh, I leave it to them. No, if we leave it to them, it's bad, but it's not good for us. It's not something to lead to nobody. It's not. Because if you leave it to them and they just capture the country and just mess the entire society, it will be your inability as a leader. You'll be known to be not only a weak leader, but your legacy will prove that. But you'll be known as an insensitive leader. You'll be known as an insensitive leader also. And then the effect of that, the ripple effect is that the international partners, you know, Mr. President, you found yourself, the conundrum I'm seeing you in now, it's not something that anyone going to help you, but yourself can remove. Other than that, there's going to be some problem. There's going to be a serious issue moving forward. There's going to be consequence from the international partners. Because they are concerned, they have population, they don't want that population, because the market of cocaine and all of things is that's there where the market is. And they've been fighting, particularly this country, this President Donald Trump has been very committed in stamping this nonsense of fentanyl that have been coming illegally from Mexico and other areas, that Chinese and all those like. The President of the United States has been very effective in
blowing those boats out, blow them out of the water.
Yes. They've killed, up to current in recent time, they killed more or close to 100 of those drug laws on those illicit nonsense they're doing on international waters. The Secretary of State even stated that it will go after them. They've been blowing it up. So if the United States government can deploy resources to decimate these people, even on international waters, because the intent is that they don't want those things come into their borders.
No.
And then if it is known that your country is allowing that, do you know the consequence of that? When we rely on this country and you rely on the United States of America and other international partners from the West to help you, and the only help you can do for them is to maintain and protect your borders from anything that will come and affect their populations. If you cannot do that, you want to be laissez-faire about it. You want to be weak about it. You want to be indecisive about it. It will come back to haunt you. And before it come back to bite you, they will send more punishment to you, and that will be a terrible legacy. It shouldn't be, oh, Joseph Boakai just wanted to be president. Oh, now he's president, he relaxed. And then he got some of these stupid people that support him will come without even helping the old man. The old man mean well. But people around him don't probably. And he allowed that. The thing's been moving around for some time now, since the 8th of last month. Yeah. Almost 2 months now, moving to this. The president has not taken any massive decision that will prove to the international partner and the citizenry that the head of state has spoken or has taken certain decision, to the extent that every senior police officer, most of the officers at the Liberia National Police that are basically expected to protect the country themselves have not been able to do. I was trying to talk to the assistant, the police spokesperson today, and mean, and I will try his number again to see if we can even get him on. But this is serious. This is serious again. On a serious note, I think the president will have to act.
Well, this is I think when I came, when I came back from Liberia, some of the folks that I empower in the international arena, one of the questions I asked was, should we be concerned about infiltration of Al-Qaeda and all that? Saying we have a porous border. The answer I got was, you got something even more powerful than Al-Qaeda, and that is the proliferation of drugs. And I said, and I just told, these guys they're bullshitting, excuse the language. But yes, we were paying attention to what was happening in the Sahara and all that other stuff because they got guns. But these folks are saying the most powerful thing that can destroy your country is right here, and that's drugs. And for it to be documented in this fashion clearly, it's like on the soccer field, they say you are number 5. This is what you're supposed to do, and they give you your job description. This is what has happened. Every country, the top 10 countries, to see our country, Liberia, to be mentioned in the top 10 countries in West Africa with detailed description of how, when, where, and who. And Randy here was right. Although Pewee, you were right. This is something that this platform will not allow to die. We kept hitting it, we kept hitting it, we kept hitting it, and finally, we have been vindicated by the United Nations. Not CDC, not Unity Party, not ANC, not CMC, not all the other C's in Liberia. This is the global body that rescued us when we were killing ourselves. They are telling us now that we are among the 10 countries. Knowing the politicians in Liberia, instead of dealing with this, they are now going to turn it into money-making thing by saying, we need more money from the United Nations. We want to do this, we want to do that. And we are not going to allow that to happen. You got enough resources on the ground to do the job. If you have people in the security apparatuses of the country, and the people that's supposed to guide and protect the border, they themselves are employees of the cartel. It doesn't matter how much money you put into it. You can't throw money at everything. We need men and women who are patriotic and professional, not slick white shirt, tie wearing crooks. We are not going to a fashion show here. People's lives are on the line. We want men and women that we call gallant men to guard and protect our border. Just imagine they're doing this in Monrovia. What's going on in Greenville, behind Garguah, in Harper, in Buchanan. Just imagine what's happening in those other areas. But although Pewee, we got to give credit where credit is due. One country that was not mentioned in West Africa, just name them. Name one country that was not mentioned.
Guinea?
Ah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, our next door neighbor, they name Ivory Coast, they name Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, Mali. The only country that they name is Guinea.
And Mr. Gayman, the reason is just, I can say to anybody, the reason is just simple. The Guinean authority, even when you had the democratically elected president, Alpha Conde, they wouldn't take this nonsense. The security apparatus, they would say to the population, they will tolerate you. Yeah, the gas folks that are doing drugs, but you do not have your own cigarettes, right? they will tolerate you doing this nonsense about we and others, right? They will tolerate that a little bit. But when you are caught with we, the present term for we itself, it would push you to not even to want to temper with things like cocaine and other nonsense. You all be hearing about kush. Guinea and Sierra Leone like this. You can enter in Guinea like this. Just walk you in Guinea from Sierra Leone. You won't dare try it. In Guinea, you only see the kind of nonsense you just do somebody on phone. That's your number can boom. No, you won't. Because the system is set now. I'm not saying there's no criminality there. There are criminals there. They do some of these things. They're very low now, but the government approach to these things now. Any government officials that will want to dream to get into that, you better think twice. Because when you go, they got some of their prisons out on the rock they will put you, where you were banned from them the first day solitary confinement. They confine you in that kind of solitary confinement or sometimes in darkness for the first maybe 160 days. Wow. There's no light. You think you want to come by, if you're given the opportunity to come by, you want to indulge into those things, or someone that will see someone goes through those kind of punishment, we want to dare try it? Every system that you see, it will have to come from the government authority, the enforceability aspect of the law. We are not good in enforcing laws. We got the laws on the book, but in terms of the practical enforceability, we cannot enforce the law. So if you cannot enforce the law, the citizen rate, all we want to say here, there are Liberia, man, somebody will call somebody. And the structure of chain of command in our security apparatus is always, and that's one of the reasons why I said the police is compromised, in my belief. Because this cannot be done from the lower ranking line.
Nope.
The amount that is involved here, it would never be done from the lower ranking line. Because these guys don't want any nonsense, any distraction when they are on the operation. They're going to catch on their own operations. They believe if they are moving, they don't want one person. And that's one of the reasons why you had the chief of highway patrol heading them. So they agree most of those things would be in the vehicle of the chief of highway patrol. Who dare going to stop it?
Yeah.
So you see this order is okay. They will tell the chief of whatsoever, say, okay, one of them say, no, forget it, I got my chief of highway patrol, got that. The other aspect, when I do anything, I got my chief of criminal, may got that. My chief of intelligence man will get clear everything. So it's a problem. It's a problem. You wouldn't see that it's not happening in Guinea because this new military junta, the man is dealing with military people that are doing nonsense already. Brave military men. He go after them and deal with them, subdue them, decapitate them. Right? So if you think you're not on the man will deflect you in no time, he will deflect you. And then if the ordinary citizens will see him deal with these people in terms of that. Now, the Fulanese, most of what you see happening in Liberia, you see the Fulanese are building a lot of big mansions, tall buildings in Liberia. People are asking, where the Fulanese come up with the money? Some of them are into the drug business. And that's why you saw most of those guys, the guy that allegedly gave this $20,000 for the garrison, it came from a Fulani. Most of them are into it. And the reason why you see them now slowing down in Guinea, because the guys going after them having it, particularly the guy, Conte didn't like them because Sergio Diallo, they thought he was the major opposition candidate and would go after those things. And they are known to be the money boys in Guinea. But the guy now going, they came in, and that's one of the reasons people didn't notice. That started brewing the tension between Liberia and Guinea. It came from the suspicion. Their intelligence, right? And the French people, they don't play with intelligence. And we play with it. They put their money behind intelligence. Now, the intelligence sources are feeding them with information that this Fulani, they may have misconstrued it. I'm not saying that they may have. But because they don't take nothing lightly, when the whole thing started and people started saying, oh, they're full of different forces, they started seeing men with military form of training, right? Seeing them with kind of non-lethal, those lethal things that also in all of their non-lethal material using for training, they were concerned. So the intelligence on the ground, aside from the embassy, the other intelligence, they got some Liberians they are also paying to get informations. They do. I know that the French people can do those things. The Ivorian, the Guineans, they pay a lot for these things. Our people in the country to get the information. We don't want to do the same. We'll get the money. Our security people take all the money. They say, "Oh, I tell you money." They go and share it after the quarter. They go back for more. They don't pay dime to the ordinary people to help them with intelligence. You say to them, "Oh, they say this only happened. This one happened," and that's the problem. So in Guinea, you will see that unfold in Guinea. So when it's noticed those things unfolding up, people say, "Oh, okay, we'll capitalize on this. We'll say that thing they're doing to the border. Now they brought it in. They brought their forces over there. They did it intentionally. It's calculated." Because they suspected that these Fuda guys are doing that nonsense and the American government put on, because the Fulani are heavily against this guy that's there.
Yep.
And they had the money, but they think that they want to come and train her. That's what pushed Domoya to do what he did. So it's the problem. So the one see that ain't getting the military guy, the guy has cleared. The military person, he'll do things, but he's building roads for them. He's showing that there are opportunities. There are a lot of money opportunities coming in the country. The country is endowed with a lot of resources. And he's trying to use some of the resources to do some development for them. So that is the problem. Can we begin to do some necessary disruption and show that we do these things, put money behind security? It's very important. That's what the men did. The men bought more than almost 400 vehicles for security apparatus. You think the men did everything? No. The men know that before your economy can boom, your security should be tight. If you have drugs people infiltrating you, think anybody won't invest? No.
I mean, the guy take the border thing serious.
Very serious. But you see that thing the man on the man.
That's what I'm saying. He came on and said, "Listen, you don't know how to do it. We'll do it for you."
Yes.
Keep over there.
That's it. And you playing fun. All the men play. Everybody want I agree to get the money. No fund the money, put it there. If you want to see the put eat some money off your families. You'll come to us. I mean, we came back, we changed our line, we learned different things. We can advise. We can advise how you can go about these things. If you don't want to do it, it's going to cause some problem for the country. And that's where we are now today. That's where we are today. If you start doing it in two other countries start getting afraid, they close their major entry point. What's going to happen? It's going to be the embarrassment. The optics is not going to be good for us. So before you can go that level, reach that level, I think it's appropriate for the president to move and take seize of this matter, and we should begin to say, hey, this is about time to get engaged into some shut up diplomacy if we deploy your foreign minister to our neighboring brothers and sisters and say to them, we're going through these things, but we want to reassure you that our border will not be used to spread these things out. Use that approach first and foremost. Then you begin to govern other internal mechanism to stem this and stem it one and for our Liberia, say one for all.
They identify Ghana as a country with sophisticated network, transport, everything else. They are very sophisticated. So Liberia's relation with Ghana, where Ghana and the Ghanaian, because the president's younger brother had been always associated or, allegedly associated with the underworld, the drug cartel. And this is the man that was coming into Liberia from the very inception of this government, donating 20 vehicles, motorcycle for the president, all kinds of stuff that these people generator for the airport. Why do you think has particular interest in the airport?
Who?
The Ghanaian younger brother, Ghanaian president younger brother. I mean.
Oh yeah, well, all the investment in the airport.
There you go.
And I think Uncle Joe and the people should be answering us.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that is the case, they said they have some. And they always say the man is one of the richest men in Ghana. Oh, he's a millionaire. Oh, he's this. And sometimes you bring plane. Sometimes and he and the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, they are very close.
Riding the private jet back and forth.
Yes.
That your jet, that your private jet diplomacy.
It is private jet diplomacy, understood. And I mean, you see, that's the sad part of a country that's supposed to be considered a poor country, and the officials want to live in this kind of a luxury kind of a life.
Way above their means.
So at the end of the day, those that can afford They will say, okay, they put life, good life. We'll give them the good life and we'll tap into the opportunities and get what we want. That's what I'm unfolding. Listen, if I were president of Liberia, and I believe that we love these things, I would want to just sit down the president. I will go to the debater Liberian people. It's about time we buy our own private plane.
Yeah.
But then you reduce that of thing. You buy a very nice plane, find the money paid, find something $5 to $100 million, buy the plane. This thing lasts for 30 plus 40 years.
Oh, yes.
That money is worth it. Do the debate to the people. Say this will cost us a little bit. Whenever I fly, I come by. If there's a major thing, the vice president is about to fly, he will go with this. If the national team is flying also, they will tear it down.
And you be creating jobs.
Creating jobs. You hire fleet of Liberians that will be on that. When the national team is traveling, we don't need to buy a ticket again.
No.
We just cut the line, get the thing. What you do, you get the services for the maintenance of it, and those things when they come new, the maintenance there, they get it's not often. You hire some trained pilot and crew to train the crew, but most of the crew members going to be Liberians. You train them. We have airline schools in the country. When the national team, when you have the president is traveling, he interrupt will go. The vice president interrupt will go. If there are other delegations going sometimes, we'll find things, they'll buy a ticket for them to go. If the national team is going, they go on the national team will move in. That's it. If our people going to the Hajj, to Mecca, the president will allow them to fly probably and drop it to that. I mean, that is it. So by that, you will have reduced the temptation of someone providing you jet, and when they providing the jet, we saw the history about the Igbo man guy. About during Myean administration, the man was providing plane, all that thing. We brought the whole Igbo man story that brought loss in the country.
Yeah.
Because it's tempting. When those guys provide these loss rate services to the president of the government officials, they want kickback. And the payback, they won't rather pay back. The payback will be they want to get some things in a kind of an unorthodox way.
Of course.
That
Access to a lot of stuff.
That's it. So, I mean, a lot of things happening in the country that we ought to take some action. If the United Nations is saying this about me, Mr. President, and I still maintain here, I believe you mean well, but you're not paying attention. But if you cannot pay attention, then, I mean, it's bad. I believe. I may be wrong.
But Honorable Pewee, what's about during the campaign period, people were talking, said, well, why the president is not campaigning? He's too old, he can't do this. And Yobli Kanga came out and said this, we don't need him to campaign, we will campaign for him.
Yeah.
We will do his work. When he wins, he doesn't have to do anything, we will do everything for him. It looks like what the lady said is exactly what's happening. He doesn't need to do anything, we're going to do everything. And that's why I said, look, we are having Independence Day celebration in Basel. We should be talking about this. They're turning lights on in Basel.
That's good news. Yeah.
These are good things we should be talking about. Then on the day that you're having your 26th celebration, this kind of news drop.
Yeah, it's actually a bad news. And she was right about that when she said that. And even the beginning, during the appointment now. There are certain times Yobli then took seats of the appointment. They appointed most of their people. It was late now when he came to understand it was late, but then most of the appointment had gone out. He couldn't resend them because it wouldn't all go well to the presidency. Now, if these things are happening, and yesterday we said on the show, there was a lot of dedication he did, and he put on officially added the city of Buchanan to the LDC grill. And that is an extraordinary news. That would never want to commend you. And I did commend him yesterday. I commended the president yesterday on that.
And the drug they have just taken over
almost everything. We commended them yesterday on the new presidential palace, refurbished presidential palace, and the superintendent compound. We commended the superintendent, the government of the bureau, and the president for that. There's a lot of other dedications that are unfolded. There was a dedication also around in St. John City. I didn't know St. John got city.
oh, come on. We got St. John City. We got everything out there, man.
In St. John City is President John, Mr. Reed yesterday, and they dedicated the youth, is it the youth center? The youth event center, a very massive area, and they cut the ribbon to that yesterday also in St. John City. And then they went in Buchanan. He did that. Then he added the put on the light of Buchanan.
Mm-hmm.
But the one of the things we want to encourage investors to do now. You see, sitting at Buchanan, I'm told reliably from tonight. Currently, it's about 10:45 p.m. in Buchanan. I'm told Buchanan is really boarding now. The local economy is doing well.
Of course.
But the problem there now is that we don't have a lot of good hotels in Buchanan.
No. One. And I know.
One, yes, which is a Hotel Buchanan. The guy, other people got guest services that are not too up to standard. I would encourage a lot of Liberians that got money. If I had, I would have done it. Or encourage other investors to come. Some of the learning boys that got money, or full people that got their clean money, go and base some hotel like Hotel Buchanan in. We need between 5, 6 to 8 of that in Buchanan. On a serious note, Buchanan is a beautiful sea city.
Oh, Lord, yes.
It's not far from the city of Monrovia, the capital city. If you open up Buchanan that way, it will be good. Normally we leave, we drive late afternoon, Friday afternoon, or sometimes Thursday afternoon. There's not much doing. You go and relax, start to see some of those nice area, and then you enjoy yourself. There's another one, apart from Hotel Buchanan, there's another one they call that's on the sea there. That one too is beautiful. That got those. The Garguah resort area, that's it's also good.
Yeah. I forgot the name.
Yeah. They got a few guest houses. Remember, the last time, all the time we spend when I used to go there for a government function, all of line was be in Hotel Buchanan, right? Hotel Buchanan price is expensive a little, but I'm told the price went up today. It's skyrocketed.
Of course. That's just marketing. That's the demand. You know, the demand is high.
It's skyrocketed today. The last time we do all about, but now I think the group out of the president will not be stopping there. So I mean, everybody there you go. Now they got a nice presidential palace.
Yeah.
Beautiful, nice. Pour everything. I'm told the president got his jacuzzi, everything into it. That will the water will bubbles and all. And the last proposal of His Excellency the President and all of things. That is good.
Yes.
You know that one of my men will tell me, say, man, you know the Basel people know life, man. We'll make
man, listen, we know our stuff. I can tell you that one. We know what to do.
So yeah, Oman is there. I'm told Oman drinking his wine, relaxing. But Oman, I just want to drink wine. Yeah, try and say I'll just do my research and deal with them and Deanna Justin. Then we'll all be happy, Mr. President.
I mean,
yeah, take your quiet wine and then reflect and say, call Kofi Wuse, man. I'm disappointed, man. People they say, nah, what happened? Yeah. You still want to keep Kofi Wuse, man. We got to do something. Kofi advised me. Kofi Wuse, you being a human rights lawyer, you push around, you attack other government before. Today you sent me read there, all those things happening. I mean, we didn't expect you to do that. The cadre and militant of soup will be disappointed. We are disappointed in you. Yeah, very disappointed in you, Kofi Wuse. All the things you said the time of late when you left Madame said you started criticizing her government again.
Yep.
All the things you started to do. Then today you're stepping out national security advisor to the president. You, the national security advisor to the president. These things are unfolding right there. You as national, shame on you, Kofi Wuse. You should resign.
That man, Kofi Wuse, the man who everybody, when he was appointed, heralded that he is this, he's that. This guy turned out to be a big bust. Disappointment. I also got notice from Liberia TV that Amin Modar has built a resort in Buchanan. I think they're getting ready for the dedication too. That would be beautiful because where he's building it, I think how they call it, Sunset Beach, where he's building that hotel would be an excellent, excellent place. I mean, the sunset, the location is ideal. So, Mr. Model, I want to thank you. That is, if they dedicate that this week, you will make a lot of money.
Is it he built it in Buchanan?
Yes, Sunset Beach. He built a classic hotel or resort there.
That's excellent.
I just got it from
whenever we are in the country, trust me, whenever I'm in the country, 2 places I love to go, a few places down the 2. Buchanan will be top, one of those on the list. Ganta is one of the areas. Patawi is going to be one of those areas. And of course, the main area is going to be the Zozo district area. And one of the things I've been planning, I'm trying to connect with folks. Zozo is a very strategic area located in Lofa County. It's part of that central area. We often base Zozo as kind of an area that people can get. But now that the roads are done, so now people start building some nice thing there. And myself, I'm trying to do a nice 3-bedroom house. Trying to complete the area. I'm trying to do a nice 3-bedroom house and just put everything into it. Strategically somewhere in Zozo that would be nice, yes, nice. So whenever we in and all, so if we try to do those things, we always will spend vacation, weekends there. You leave on the city and just come quietly, drink your leave, stop drinking beer, stout, and other things, whiskey, tequila, and the rest of that, or those things. Hennessy. No, you into the place, Mr. Gayman. You just the guys bring your men from men to God thing, power, and you do it and eat your nice bush meat,
all organic,
very well, and you feel okay. That's the kind of land. Buchanan there is good. You go Buchanan, the fresh one from the sea.
Oh yeah, right there. Every morning,
your Valley, the gripper, and all those things. I mean, you feel good. But the problem that in Buchanan is that we don't have a lot of area for hospitality, lodging, and other things. We need to create those opportunities for our people. And we need to create, and to do that, Mr. President, is to have a very peaceful country. A country that everybody will be yearning to come to. A country that when you're on the flight, sometimes on Brussels, you skip, and why up to now we have not done that. All the time on Brussels, when you're skipping for other news, tourist information, you skip Togo.
Yeah.
Togo got almost 40-minute clip on Brussels Airlines.
Yeah.
All the time people claiming Togo got it. You see the something up. I think they managed to put a clip on there for Sierra Leone also, but the Japan seas. One time I was clipping on that, but yeah, when the Togo got brief for Sierra Leone. But for Togo, part of the heritage, the culture, Togo got it, Gambia got it. Imagine Togo got it, Gambia got it. Yes. In other countries, Uganda, Uganda also, and all those things. So
Uganda and Rwanda, they got the longest pieces on that.
Yes. So there's a need for us to do that. It's not magic. It's about the way we engage our partners. But that we can change a lot of variables. Other than that, if we cannot do the needful, then it's a problem.
I wanted to show you this. This is the new hotel we're talking about that Modad is about to unveil. It's a resort. Sunset Beach in Buchanan. Beautiful.
So that means it's in the city itself, right?
No, it's on the beach.
I mean, no, but not far from the city.
No, not far from the city, but it's on the opposite side of Hotel Buchanan.
Oh, okay. Okay, on the other side there. Yeah,
on the other side, that's correct.
Yeah, okay.
So it's very close to the port itself. When you up there, you can see all the ship coming. It's a beautiful spot. Wonderful place. This guy decided to invest, and man, that is a beautiful place. From what they were telling my brother, say it put Hotel Buchanan to shame.
Yeah, and that's good.
It's a resort. They got all the villas connected and everything. It's very nice. So we want to say, Mr. Modad, thank you very much.
And when is he trying to?
Yes, I was hoping.
I think it would have been the best time to do it.
Yeah, to do it. The best time to do it. This is cool.
You would have gotten his first close to 50,000+.
Oh, easy. They say Suncoast Resort. That's the name of it. Suncoast Resort Buchanan, formerly open, will be open. And now, I mean, this is really, really beautiful. Look at the pool.
Wow.
Yeah. Look at the pool.
Wow.
You see the ocean in the back?
Uh-huh.
It is. I mean, people, money makes money. That's what it does, money bring you money. To make money, you gotta make money.
Oh yeah.
So the gentleman is doing what he needs to do, and he's taking advantage of the scenery. Look at the one of the lodging area, one of the sitting area, where picnic areas. I mean, whoever the architect is, they actually make use of the surrounding, and it is very, very beautiful.
It is beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. So, Modad, you got your money. You're using it the right way. You're going to hire a lot of folks, and we are going to go out there. This is the name of it. This is what it's called. Let me see if you can get it. It's a Suncoast Resort.
Suncoast Resort, yeah. Wow.
So he has done very well for the people, and I like what he's doing. You know, you get money. There's a lot of money in the country, legal money to be made.
Lot.
Legal money, but what the folks do not want, the Pewee, is the people do not want to work. People do not want to earn anything. It has to be instant gratification. They want money, they want it today. They want to get wealthy today. I mean, you know, we sit over there, we see the Lebanese people, the Fula people, these other people, Indian people coming. Yeah, you want to do your illegal and you want to get it today. Moda is investing. That's generations. That's what they call wealth. That's the difference between, I was talking to my Jewish brother. He said the difference between wealth and riches. Wealth is generational. Richness is something that you get immediately. You are a basketball player, you're a soccer player, you make $10 million a year. After 2 years, your career is over. You are rich, but you are not wealthy because you will go broke. You will go broke. But the model is, what Modad is doing now is generational wealth. His children and his children's children and his children's children, you will go and work for them.
Oh, yeah.
So if you are in Liberia and you're chasing drug money because you want this car now, you want all the young women, you want all of it, you are living for today. They call that instant gratification. It's for today and nothing else. Now you are busted, your whole life is done. And Modad, like the folks were saying, let's look at the lifespan of a turtle and the lifespan of a jaguar or a cheetah. The cheetah is the fastest animal, but it uses so much strength, and its lifespan is only 12 years. Turtle, on the other hand, knows what he wants to eat. He eats in the grass. He sleeps a long time.
How you want to move slow?
How you want to move slow, take his time. He lived for 200 years.
Yeah.
And Mr. Jaguar, I had eating meat, killing everybody, chasing everybody down. He used all his energy. In 12 years, his lifespan is done. Turtle been hanging around for 200 years. So I'm going to send it to you guys. If you're selling your cassava and your charcoal, you will make more money than that gentleman who is selling his cocaine, who getting his little thing coming off the seed illegally. They break that, they bust that whole thing. Like they're just doing now. All of the water holes will be closed. If you had gone to the Lebanese man to take a big loan because you knew the cocaine deal was coming down, you were going to get the money and pay him by reason, and now you're stuck. The international community, especially the Republican Party, I'm saying this, if you want to do a research, check out this man they call Christopher Landau, Landau. He is the Deputy Secretary of State in charge of West Africa. Chris doesn't play. Chris doesn't play. I was there and somebody was trying to make, because he was just confirmed, and somebody was trying to use the U.S. Embassy to make a connection to come and set an appointment. The guy said, what corruption is going on there now? The damn place is corrupt. I don't want to meet anybody. That is the Deputy Secretary of State. Check him out. Go online. fact check me. Chris Landau, that's his name. He said that place is rotten. I don't want to meet anybody there. In fact, they were looking for ambassadors to go to Liberia, and nobody wants to take the job. Nobody wants to be affiliated with that place. So we are stuck with attaché. Are you calling your French people? How you call it?
Chargé affaires.
Chargé affaires.
Chargé, it means the officer in charge.
Officer in charge.
Yeah, he's in charge. When there's no ambassador, you always have someone to play. So basically, the rank will be a minister, councilor, but that's a far higher ranking thing, but of the first class. So when there's no ambassador, the higher officer there would now revert to be the Chargé Affairs.
And you know, since the last ambassador left, I think you might have known the last ambassador. Who was the last ambassador there? That was after that.
And he didn't after Michael.
After McCarthy, who was
McCarthy? That's one.
That was a lady, right? That was a lady, right?
No, that was a guy.
A guy?
I forget. He didn't stay long.
No.
He didn't stay long. He left immediately after the election. He left. He didn't stay long. He was the shortest serving ambassador in recent years. He didn't stay long. Yeah.
Here we are.
I think Ambassador Christopher, Chris something.
So for you to be an international pariah, for you to be, if you were in India and you were in the caste system of India, the lowest of the low are or is the rank of the untouchables. If you, in a diplomatic sense, if you have talked about people classify you as an untouchable, this is what we are talking about. Liberia is an untouchable character. People don't want to go to Liberia because we are basically untouchable. I spoke to one of the consular officers at the embassy the other day, and he says, I think, but you were supposed to leave in December. He said, yes, because they can't find a replacement.
Wow.
So they can't find a replacement. So I'm stuck here until they can find a replacement.
Okay, the recent past ambassador is Mark Turner.
Mark Turner, there you go.
Turner was the recent past ambassador, and when he left now, the deputy chief of mission would of course now take the responsibility of the Chargé Affairs, so he in charge of it. So the deputy chief of mission took over, but Mark Turner was when McCarthy left. McCarthy left. McCarthy is the one that said, "How would Joseph drinking Ralphie?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Joseph
He said, "You're turning your grave or not?"
So this is what we are talking about. In the hierarchy of a caste system, the lowest of the low are those they call the untouchables. Nobody wants to deal with them. Nobody wants to interact with them. And this is where we are now as a nation of Liberia, where people don't want to come to us because it is not civilized enough. If you think I'm lying, get in a car with some of your foreign diplomat to drive around Monrovia and just listen to the jokes. Just listen to the jokes.
Yeah, a lot of things basically unfolding. I'm getting information. I don't know how confirmed it is. That it's reported in some quarters that most of the ambassadors, Western ambassadors near Monrovia, met today to discuss this looming drug situation. Mm-hmm. And the U.S. government is also, I'm told, very concerned about this. And if this is true, what's been reported, if it is confirmed, then the government should move to take some action. You don't want these people to push you before you take action. That would be a terrible thing. People always said this man is slow, he's indecisive, but he has to move to take decision. You cannot wait and other thing. And I believe probably folks that are powerful in the government and may be part of this. So they put ring around the president now. Oh, Mr. President, don't let it put their cousin nose, because they're part of this thing. I would have loved to see the president take this matter in his hand as the president. Only one person that we elected. We elected one person. We elected Ambassador Pouakai. Mr. President, take the decision.
I was surprised.
If you want to fire them. Or you can say the Captain Liberia are competent.
Oh yes. Look, Pewee, I was in, I think it was at the Boulevard or the Diana restaurant where I was listening to some Liberian people. And somebody was talking about the international pressure. And this other foolish man that works for the government who has no international worldview, talking about we are independent state, they can't tell us what to do. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Someone is, I want to believe that person. Just imagine if that person was an advisor to the president, telling the president, we are a sovereign country, they can't tell us what to do. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying, what is wrong with these folks? If you were not asking the international community for anything, if you were totally independent, if you were a sovereign nation that you were doing everything for yourself, then you have a say-so. But if everything about you is based on the international community, it is impossible to say they can't tell us anything. Oh, only when you want something from them. But when the folks tell you, I'm going to give you 100 million, but it's predicated on X, Y, Z, you can't tell me, I should just give you my money with no string attached because you are an international sovereign nation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having a great time. We got about 23 more minutes here. Today is Friday, the eve of the 26th celebration. So by 7:30, we'll call it for the day so we can go and begin to celebrate. Myean, if you're back there, tomorrow is my anniversary, 32 years of somebody pulling up with me. Myean, if you're there, I want you to show one or two of those pictures so I can say congratulations to my wife for giving me 4 beautiful kids, twin girls, another girl, and 1 boy. So we want to say thank you to Madam Gayman for putting up with me all these years. But let me read some of the comments here. We got Jane Maboro is here as always active. She said riches can be turned to wealth if the owner of the region is wise enough. That person will not come back years later to tell you that he lives on loan. But this is what we are talking about. The reason the Jewish people say we die leaving wealth to our children is not our primary reason. Our primary objective is to teach our children how to manage wealth. So getting wealthy is not their thing. And they begin first by giving their children first-class education. When the child is educated, then the child can now manage what is bequeathed unto them. But if your child is not well trained, doesn't know how to manage money, never work in the family business, and you leave $1 million with that child, they will pleasure all day. Hop party from Sunset Beach to Bernard Beach to that beach to that beach, and the next thing you know, the money is gone. So yes, you can turn your money, the American man call it flipping or cleaning the money, but you have to have the know-how. If you don't have the know-how, You can have $10 million in your hand, you will lose it. Look at all the entertainers in Liberia. I mean, in America, we're talking about Big Daddy, P. Diddy. He got so much money, he wound up in jail. All that money, the lawyer gonna take it. The other folks, just go to Hollywood and see. Mr. Pewee, this is what we are talking about. It is a lesson to us. And thank you very much for those who are wishing me a happy anniversary tomorrow. Thank you very much. But Mr. Pewee, this is what we are talking about. We have to educate our children to actually, because if we don't, all the houses we're building, all the land we buy, those children will sell it all.
That's a fight. That's a fight. And that's one of the reasons that you follow most of the celebrities here. Like, look at Michael Jordan, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan is a billionaire today because after playing the game, he went straight. He's trying to become an entrepreneur. You see, the Jordan singers and all those things.
LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron James is doing a lot of things, and also even the late Kobe Bryant. I think things going up, right?
Yes.
A lot of Kobe issues coming up. There are a lot of them. Beyonce and most of them they're into business. Even Rihanna, right? All those things. Rihanna got a cologne line, all those things. So I mean, it's about that. You got to tap into this. This girl, this woman, I don't call her girl now. The tennis star, Serena Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's into big time business, making a lot of money now outside. You see a lot of apart from that, she doing a lot of endorsement, cutting a lot of ad on televisions and the rest of that. These are more money coming and into that. Ronaldo, the soccer football player Ronaldo, is into a lot of businesses. He got his own cologne lines, all of things. Even Messi got a share now in the club he played for in Miami there, right? The Miami guys, how you call them. So there's a lot of things, soccer stars, celebrities, and all of folks put into building generational wealth. And it's important because if you were to do that and put your money behind these things, the money will just continue to, as this generation will come, they will live. When they die, the children can take over and enjoy, because it's going to be set in a way that this is not going to be for one. My other children come and said it, no. It's going to be laid out. Yeah, but, and the management of it will go through some of these things.
But not to even go far, let's look at former President George Weah, okay? And his children. Or let's say Timothy Weah, okay? Look at wealth. This young man signed a major contract with New Balance. You see him in all the commercials and everything else. His salary, this is the next generation. The next generation of wealth. How many of us in Liberia or in our own lives have set up our children to do better than us in real time? Like LeBron James, right? His son is in the NBA, playing with him on the same team on Lakers. That is seeing it, you've seen it with your own eyes while you are here. So we have to encourage these people. When we talk about real role models, these are the role models. The white people disgrace you, they call you monkeys, they call you whatever. When you play in Europe, when you make your money, you make sure that your money works for you and it lasts. After taking President Weah, who had won the second Ballon d'Or, but because as a black man and a real black one, black, people calling you monkey every day when he on the field because he's so good, they throwing banana at him to the point where he got upset and took matter into his own hands. So when you earn your money the hard way like that, it is good that you save it. It is good that you invest wisely. We used to go to Hollywood here to President Weah's mansion when you want to hang out with all the guys from South America, Brazil, all the soccer people. When President Weah having a Christmas party, is the place to go. Everybody you want to meet, you go and meet him there. That's what we are talking about. So yes, guys, Mr. President, I know you think we beat up on you every time, But it's time with this kind of report coming up from the UN. It's not from any enemy, from the UN, that we are a drug transporting hub in West Africa. It is bad. We share the report with you. We give you the source. Go to the UN website and just type in West Africa, countries ranked in West Africa for drug transportation. They will give you the top 10. And Liberia is right in the middle. I think we are number 4, number 5. 2026 just came out. Mr. President, do your shakeup. Get rid of your police director, your NSA director, your security advisor. You need, that crew have failed you massively. Kofi Wu needs to go. Seleke Kromah needs to go. Is that General Johnson, the one at NSA now, that Johnson, right? That came from the military. He was chief of staff.
Yeah.
He has to go. There is no way that we put that much money in the NSA for intelligence, and we didn't know that drug was coming in the country, that they were dropping drug, and we're taking boats there to bring the drug in, and the drug was being stored all over the country. At least we know now Royalville was the place. Who owns that property? We have not come up with the identity of who owns that property, how it was leased or rented, and to whom it was leased. We got 13 minutes to go, guys. We're going to read some of your comments, but Honorable Pewee, I don't know where you don't speak Kisi, so you can't say anything to the president for him to listen to you, but I think we got to go tribal now. We had to call the chiefs, the Zos in the Kisi Kingdom, to tell their son, this is a one-in-a-lifetime chance. You don't want the folks to say, oh, no, the last time the Kisi guy was here, the method, we don't want to hear nobody Kisi man name it. We don't want to hear that. We want the Kisi chiefdom to come together and tell the president, say, listen, it is time for us to defend our father, our motherland, and we cannot allow drug traffickers and their associate and their clique to diminish our legacy. Mr. President, if you are listening, this is time for you to pull the trigger. Honorable Pewee, talk to your countryman. I know you're not kissing, but
yeah, the only thing I would say,
a little bit of Loma will help him.
I would say,
That's right.
But on a serious note, you know, it is important that the president would take some reflection about what is happening. It's not a good thing to do, to unfold in your country while you serve as the commander-in-chief of the country. It's very, very important that it's going to be part of his legacy. And those, normally people, we're very hypocritical in Liberia, in a lot of governments across the world. People sometimes see that things are not right, but they don't want to say to the leader that things are not right. They believe if they say that, they failed the leader. Probably the leader will want to tell them, say, okay, but if things are not right, I will get rid of all of you. So some of them knowing it, will hold on to their thought about things are slipping down, then they don't want to inform the leader about it. And so they'll continue to tell the leader, oh, we got this thing under control, Mr. President, we got this, we got that. But the leader himself will have to. And in some cases, there are some advisors where the way and manner they believe that is prudent, but the president wouldn't listen. He wouldn't budge. But I think in terms of the national security of the country, because that's a serious threat towards the national security. If action is not taken, then it may just degenerate to be very chaotic and then lose the country up to be a pariah state if care is not taken. So if you don't want to move yourself into isolation, this is a country that just got a little over $1 billion, a little tiny over $1 billion, and the first time in your 100-something-year existence. So this is not a good news for you either. The fact that the country just started hitting $1 billion budget, I thought it was time that you do some complete resuscitation of your system and belief. You do some realignment and hope that you even build that, like I say, by increasing it next year to 1.5 billion. And then probably the next, before 2029 election, you can push the budget to 2 billion. The next president will come, or if you are to win, and you continue that pattern. I think we have the potential of setting the stage to increase our internal revenue base. Even from the domestic revenue mobilization, if we were to do structural adjustment in the real estate and all area and tackling the schools, we can internally raise close to $2 billion if we are not opening these things to the cracks. I mean, those cracks into corrupt actions. So to see people come into the country, and those that we pay and we trust with the public trust, themselves trying to betray the public, they should not be frank to your government or the people of Liberia. So, Mr. President, so I know you are having some wonderful time in Vikena. I want to thank you for the dedication to give the people of Basel light. And I saw how happy I saw my former boss, the former foreign minister, and the former president pro tempore of the Liberian Senate. I saw him dance, beautiful. I know he to be, he's a Congo boy too, right? The Congo boys know what.
We're smoking a big cigar.
Yeah. The Congo boy know how to take it. I saw him taking his stroke, he's a former Ohio boy, so how to move around and everything, and live in Sweden for some time also. But what I'm trying to say here is that the people of Basel are very happy. And to see that, and Vikena is a very great city, and one of our seacoast city, and I don't know for what reason we've been keeping that city in darkness for all the while.
36 years.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
36 years.
Beautiful place. There's no need for Vikena. Vikena and its surrounding suburbs, you have electricity. And if you did that, what you're going to do, you open the potential for more people to go and invest in Vikena. Because people will go and build those resorts, people will do businesses that will start bringing employment, and more people will start to gravitate to the city. And then the city will start having some notoriety here. People will move. People from outside the country will see that as a tourist destination for them to come and enjoy.
88 miles from the capital. 88 miles.
88 miles from the capital. Yeah, it's not. It's just an hour, 30-minute drive. And the road is good.
Excellent.
The road is good. So, Mr. President, I know the sea breeze is hitting you from the side of the where you are. I know you're feeling it. I know you enjoy your time. Tomorrow there will be other occasion unfolding. I don't know if you were to eat some of those corvali and red grouper from the sea.
That's right. The crawfish.
The crawfish and other things, and there's lobsters that will bring up from the sea there. Everything is in the Vikena, if you will. Everything. I want you to reflect, Mr. President, to not allow to be pushed by international partners before you take decision. And other leaders in the region will think you are one of those that are being controlled by colonial masters. You don't portray yourself as the leader in that line. Take decision that we expect you to take as the head of state of the Republic of Liberia. Those that are behind this thing, it's unfortunate. They may be our friends, but try to open the country up. I will advise that you head this investigation onto an independent side, or even allow the military to take over. The DEA is, because the current DEA officer in charge, Garguah, is linked to these Just Boys, allegedly linked to this situation. The current driver of the DEA officer in charge. It's not a good news. If that is the case, if the Garguah is linked and is always driving his bus, by other chance, the bus should sometime, by parity or reasoning, would be a little concern of not something that the boss himself may be linked. And the level of the Liberian National Police, Mr. President, no one will have to say this is politics. It's not all about politics. It is about the security of the state. One of the senior officers admitted receiving $10,000 United States dollars. And he says sale money came to him. It was not meant for him. were meant for her boss, and her boss gave him 2,000 of that. And up to now, we have nothing with her if he been charged. And when they came to others, they charged him horribly. And I'm now told that he's talking from inside. There's a big confusion inside where it's keeping him. He's telling them, yo, do this. So they're trying, the information I'm getting, they're trying to create a space for him to leave the country. That's the only thing they want to do. That's why they have not arrested him. If you allow him to leave the country, meaning no one going to be there, because if he were to be held and charged appropriately and processed to court, he's going to spill the beans. They don't want him to spill the beans. I mean, I'm told, I hope that's not the case. Maybe we'll just got one morning we hear that he's out of the country.
Or dead.
Probably. And I hope not.
You know, that's what the mafia does.
Probably.
The gentleman who is going to one of their own that going to bring everybody down, they whack you.
Probably.
You know,
so you're the only person that can save this now. And that's what the constitutional power is given to you by the Constitution. But if you were to sit there, Mr. President, and just allow them to slide, oh, Liberian people can get thought, or you say, I will leave it to them to get thought they get tired. It's not going to be good. And trust me, we're not going to get tired about this.
No.
And the more, Mr. President, the thing that your officials are not telling you, or your national security advisor is not telling you, the more you tend to be insensitive to this, the more we're going to discuss it. And the more we discuss this, it's going to come to the attention of the international partners. And the more they see your inability to act, they will act on your behalf.
Yeah.
By acting on your behalf, they're going to harm your people in the country. What good does it do for you, Mr. President? Why are you acting in the act to embarrass your government? Many of the Liberian people will not only heavily boot you out of office in 2029, but your legacy will be terrible. You'll be noted as one of the weakest of all leaders ever Liberia had, constitutionally elected president. So don't allow them to determine your stand as president. No one person was elected president in that country is you. And you enjoy our respect. We respect you. We respect the office. But in the meantime, while we respect the office, is also reciprocal. It's also it's a reciprocal issue. We expect you to protect us and have sensitive mind towards our thing. So I mean that's what I would say to my uncle.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the chief himself. What we usually say, when we were little, they used to say the Kisi people, they were warriors. They are warriors. They are warriors. Gee, we're gonna warrior. We're gonna warrior. I don't know whether because he lived with the Congo people, they defanged him, but he ain't got no war in him. Nothing in his soul about fighting. He ain't got no fighting spirit. When he was sleeping, people were laughing. He said, "Yo, wait. When I get there, you will see what I will do." Oh man, you better go on 3 years. And nothing. It looked like you are still sleeping. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. It's 7:29 here. It's 11:29 in Liberia. We want to make sure that our folks go home and enjoy themselves. Thank you very much for tuning in. Come back again on Monday. Let's discuss. Honorable Pewee, take us home.
Yeah, Mr. Gayman, I just want to say I wish every Liberians, under the sound of our voice or my voice, a very wonderful 179th anniversary. It is important. I think we got that. I think we share that. I think with the great United States of America, we have the same month we share our independence. We have similar flair on that. We have one star. They have 50 stars. It's the same red, white, and blue, and the rest of that. So a lot of things. We have the capital city of Liberia is named after the 5th president of the United States of America, James Monroe, and a lot of things. You know, Liberia was established by free slaves out of this country, and it's one of the reasons why they've been our premium partners and supported the country to democracy ever since the war, before the war, and now moving on. So I mean, we just want to wish all of us a very Merry 26th, and we hope that the new year will bring about a lot of glory to the country bring that up. Thanks. I'm saying some. Where is it? It's just.
Put that picture back. That's my wife and my 4 kids. That's my son standing by me, and we meet all over the place.
So your wife is being sandwiched by her 2 daughters on the other side.
Yes, and this is she.
Okay.
And let's go to the next slide. Okay, these are the 4, the twins when they were graduating, and that's my older daughter, the one with the white stuff. She's the oldest.
Okay.
And the boy is obviously that's my wife, and my son. We were in Worcester, Massachusetts, when he was in school there.
Okay.
But yes, this beautiful woman pulled with me for 32 years.
That's a record for time, man.
Yes,
that's a very long time, and that means personally extend my felicitation to you and your wife on the occasion of your 32nd wedding anniversary. That's Englishmen would say long protracted time.
Very long time. That's
a long time.
That's Biko and Zuma. You know, she got a real person in Zuma.
Yeah.
And he is UJ Biko. So we name him after Stephen Biko.
Okay.
Next May he would be a doctor, PhD next May at 27.
Wow.
So this is what we are talking about. You have to get the kids. But we'll be spending the time at the famous Hard Rock. Show the hotel. Hard Rock.
The Hard Rock Hotel?
Yes. Show the hotel. If you see that, it's built like a guitar, right?
Yeah.
And it is such a beautiful place. So we will be there over the weekend, celebrating before we pick up the kids next weekend from campus in Tallahassee. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are lucky to have a woman, a wife, and she's lucky to have you. That's all you need besides God. You know, that's what it is. And if you are lucky to have someone who understands you, who can pull up with you. You know, sometimes you get up, you say, Lord, what am I doing here? But then when you go and talk to her, she will say, man, what am I doing with that jerk? You know, like we always say, right? Mother-in-law always think that that their daughter or their son is better than the wife or Myean, if you please show that hotel. I mean, it's a beautiful spot. If you are in South Florida,
okay, there
you go. This is the Hard Rock Hotel right here in South Florida. It's a magnificent building to be in. They build it like a guitar. If you are afraid of height, you don't want to be way up here.
No, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there.
So I usually keep it back. No higher than 10. I don't go because this thing is glass all over everywhere you turn, and they can't see you, but you can see everybody. It's a beautiful place. If you are in South Florida, this is a place to be. For the World Cup, they had a great time here. I mean, you know, this is what we are talking about. People are so proud of their country. Yeah, please take it down. Of their achievement. That when the American man, you go in a gutter, you see a homeless man, he will say, America #1. Look, the man can be homeless, lying down in a gutter. He will tell you America is #1, #1. And you can't doubt that. We want to be in a position to undoubtedly say, we are #1. But it took patriots, sacrifice, commitment, loyalty, dedication to their culture. We can do the same thing. We can do the same thing. It shouldn't be all about I. How is it that when When Honorable Pewee go home, he's scared to get in. Because he opened the door, 1,000 people standing around wanting something that he doesn't have. Because we have not created an environment where everybody around me can at least survive. Where during the old days, Pewee over here, Pewee uncle got a job with Lamco, Pewee niece got a job with Bernard Beach. So everybody here, at least they were not wealthy, they were not rich, but they were surviving. But in Liberia now, if Pewee is the only person on the block that has a job, he would be the only philanthropist. They will, whether he has it or not, they will come. Oh man, here, oh man, here, oh little. Every day you hear this, and I'm saying to myself, how do these guys survive in this kind of environment?
Yeah.
How? But yes, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you very much for tuning in. Let's do this again Monday. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Mr. Pewee, Honorable Pewee. Let's do it. I'll see you Monday.
Okay. Good night.
Disappointment. Now the vice president often tell me since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima County was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother to implement it. You will bypass me and do different things. I better keep it. I don't talk on it.
Now you can see us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
The good person in our whole United Party, that President Baka. You want to say that again? The only person that appreciate good among all the United Party for that President Baka. The rest are grateful. The right, they use you and dumb you. But President Baka, if all of them were thinking the President Baka and behaving the President Baka, United Party will have another chance in 2029. Just for now, they don't have. They do not regard people that help them. I'm not.
Of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberia National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately.
Inform them, violence or any student because of their action. It will be the day the entire Garguah administration will cut down. We will massively violate the students in this country and we'll shut down the Garguah administration. The day that happens, we have the capability to do so. And if they think this renovation project is a joke, let them try it. The fall of the Garguah administration begin with this. If they think they will tumble on any student in this country or at the university like Boy and walk away with impunity, while our children saving opponents and logic in the Western world, while we are subjected to agile power and bad learning conditions here, and the thing will say.
In the first 100 days, no car will get stuck on a major road in this country. And I mean it.
You say it out loud?
It's going down. First blow. There you have it.
that led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
Bwaga can lie, the government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie. They don't put all hustle, they put hustle, they lie. Everything they say, they never say the truth.
Today, the supporters of His Excellency Joseph Boakai presents him as a poor man from Lofa and asserts that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. Vice President Boakai is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs.
First of all, there's this, what I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Pewee is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia. It's complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in the war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I'm married, 8 Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
Jamaku, young man, vice president, young man that vice president, the major stole 500,000. I mean, Jamaku, the major went to I forget that Jamaku, the majors went to Ghana, the fit, and they bring it all company in the country. I mean, Kun can reach yourself. Kun man, you know, Kun, but I want to sophisticated, quiet. Hardcore rule in Liberia. When
2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There wounded out first. All men on board.
Everywhere there is no school, I'll put school. And anywhere there is school and school in bad condition, I will renovate it. I told them, towns and villages, everywhere, you will have lights in a town for children to play, for people to see. I told them, every town will have safe drinking water.
If Charles Taylor is the problem, he will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
The government that capital road, small, that road, big road, all kinds of place. I think the reason Joseph Boakai will not do much because the old man, the papa is suffering. The papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around him, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.
Your league Costa, God know how to pay people. It's just simple. Costa that accused everybody but himself. Everybody, we join, we kill Joe, he killed Joseph Boakai. Boakai still living. Joe, no, you leave better. He named senator. He almost made Joseph Boakai president until he screwed up. We gave God the glory. Yeah. Well, Boakai, when he screwed, he said, oh, we don't want to make sure we will fought for him to be reconciled with the president. And then the people who fought for him. Look, you Costa, you come. And Costa was in podcast, he said, they don't been calling me. Okay. Garguah, the time you were calling me for me to carry the president, Boaga, did I put it on radio? That immaturity to do what you're talking about.
And I
no, son,
guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today, we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace, and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Seleke Kromah, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you, Yah.
We elected on 85 irresponsible men, what happened to our country. We elected on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.